I just want to know, in what world is it possible that a company like Microsoft can allow something like this? I've touched on this briefly in other videos, but I feel like it needs to be covered a little more extensively. There was a maintenance update to the Easy Anti-Cheat on February 28th, and that essentially bricked the game for all Game Pass members on PC. If you weren't a PC Game Pass player, you wouldn't know this issue even exists. Essentially, what happened is it bricked matchmaking for every single player. You cannot find a game, and it is still that way. How many months later? They've not made a comment on this issue whatsoever. There's been people complaining about it on social media, Reddit. They have not acknowledged it whatsoever. No comments, no replies, and there's no fix in sight. 343 has abandoned this game yet again. But here's the real kicker. They're still selling this game. It's still on Game Pass. My question is how is this legal? You have a game on your platform that an entire part of the game does not work. What if people are buying Game Pass just to play matchmaking? Or what if they're just buying the game outright on Game Pass for $31? And what if these people that bought it got it for the specific reason of being able to play classic Halo matchmaking? You're probably wondering what the actual issue is. It's actually pretty simple. It is a mismatch of builds, which means they did not push the update to the Game Pass app. It is that simple. All they have to do is push an update and people will be able to find games again on Game Pass. So you're going to tell me that Microsoft, this trillion-dollar company, is allowing this, and 343 can't pull just a little bit of resources together to fix this issue in about 2 hours? So why does this matter to other people that aren't playing on Game Pass? I'm not sure how many people actually play on Game Pass, but I'm going to assume it's a good amount, and if so, it's affecting matchmaking times for everybody. We're not asking for much, just a little bit of maintenance on this game that we've paid for, and the classic Halos deserve a little bit better than what it's getting. And just to add to this, I've harped on this over and over in my Halo videos that MCC has a bigger population than Infinite, but Infinite's the game that is still receiving updates. We can't even get a maintenance update on MCC. I'm wondering, why are they still updating that game over the Master Chief Collection? It has to just be the money. They must be raking in so much from microtransactions from the Spartan profile pictures that they cannot be bothered with these classic games. Before I move on to the next issues with this game, 343 needs to at least acknowledge that this is an issue and stop sweeping it under the rug like they do with everything. All the goodwill they had with MCC going into Infinite, and now it has been squandered by Infinite's terrible fucking launch and the past few years of all the mismanagement of that game. But let's move on to the next thing. I've talked about this recently in other Halo videos I've made. Relays. If you have relays on, that's to help you not get hit offline. You will not be able to find a game. You might find yourself stuck in a loop of infinite searching, connecting session, restarting search. But the good thing about this issue is you might be able to find a game with them on. But the best option is to turn them off because it is affecting your matchmaking times just like everything else in this game. But since there's cheaters on this game, you run the risk of getting hit offline. That's going to be another issue we talk about later in this video. I'm just not really getting it. I've always wondered what was wrong with this game. It feels like the longer it goes without getting an update, the bugs get worse and worse, things start breaking. It's almost like the game has cancer. It needs consistent updates or it's going to eventually stop working altogether. Moving on, but this isn't a bug, it's more of just a gripe. Can we please do something about Icebox, Waterfall, and Edge? I am so sick of playing these maps. They're not good. I'm on Halo 3 to play Halo 3 maps, not whatever this garbage is. It often crosses my mind if MCC would have been better off not ever coming to PC or getting updated at all, but I can't really think like that because the shot registration was so ass before these updates, the game wasn't even really playable. But there is parts of the game that they have made worse, and that would be ranked. Another issue I have with ranked playlist is you can't find a game. I will say they did do some good with these playlists early on. They added skill restrictions and party matching, something we had all been asking for a long time. But as the game aged, it's been harder to find games, and they also reset the ranks 5 times where people stopped giving a shit and stopped playing ranked. It's such a simple fix too. All they have to do is do a back-end update widening the skill restrictions. They could easily just remove some of these playlists too, like Halo 4 Squad Battle and Invasion. Nobody plays those anyway. You could rotate in new stuff like Team Snipers, Team SWAT Ranked, Lone Wolves. Instead of just ranting about this, I will offer a solution. All you have to do is widen the restrictions to 25 through 50. That will make it where you'll be able to find a game easily and be able to get a 50 just like the old days. And this isn't going to apply to everybody. But as somebody that's been making YouTube videos, I've been trying to record theater clips. If you go into theater, you might notice something. The gameplay is stuttery as hell. I don't know where this issue came from. I don't think it's always been a thing, but there is no fix, there is no workaround for it, and the gameplay looks choppy and it's not worth using. This hurts people that want to make montages, YouTube content, and anything in between for these classic Halo games. Some more issues with theater: for some reason they never added the ability to save theater clips. There is a workaround, you could save them in a file and drag them in, but like I just explained, it's going to look terrible. There needs to be an update to fix this. I don't know why this game just doesn't get any kind of fixes or updates, no maintenance, nothing. Let's move away from theater and talk about an issue that I experience and none of my friends experience. So I have a question for you. Leave a comment below if this happens. But whenever I get on MCC, I get fatal errored 2 or 3 times until it finally works and I'm allowed to play the game. This is annoying because it essentially freezes my entire computer, and then I have to open up Task Manager, quit the build, and then wait a few seconds until I can try to start the game again. And last but not least, let's talk about cheating in MCC. It has gotten bad. You have people that are hiding it pretty well, but you also have blatant cheaters that just fly around the map and don't give a shit because they know they're never going to get banned. How is it the 343 won't even ban the people that are getting reported on their own website or through the game? I know we're going to most likely have comments below, or you'll see it on Reddit, people complaining about cheaters, and somebody comments saying, "Oh, I've never ran into any cheaters." I got some bad news for the people that say that. You're just too bad to notice what cheating is. The other day, I was playing with a friend, and it was really suspicious. This guy would not miss a single bullet with a sniper. I went in the theater. Lo and behold, what is he doing? He is looking through walls. He is shooting walls where we are standing, and that's how he got caught. So my question is how many people are actually just cheating, hiding it very well, just with a little bit of extra auto aim? It just makes me not want to play the game at all. Recently, Call of Duty World War II got added to Game Pass and had to be taken down within a few days because the game was rampant with cheaters. Not only was it rampant with cheaters, people were actually able to get inside of your computer when you played the game. If I remember correctly, this happened to Titanfall 2 as well. We're not too far off from that happening on the Master Chief Collection, and when that happens, the game's gonna die completely. 343 needs to at least come back, do a little bit of maintenance on the anti-cheat, fix some things up, and then they can abandon the game if they want. It's just about time to start up that hashtag #FixMCC again, and maybe it might get us somewhere. This isn't like our usual videos. This was just me ranting. This game's kind of just getting on my nerves, and this company as a whole. I genuinely don't give a shit about this remake, remaster, whatever you want to call it. I just want the classic Halos to be fixed and us to be able to play the old games, because that's where the fun actually is. This video is probably all over the place, but hopefully you enjoyed it anyway. Just hearing me rant about all the things that's wrong with this game. It's still broken and it needs to be fixed. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.